It's already off.
Alright, we should be back.
Alright, welcome back. We did not even wait for a minute. It's literally instantly. Alright, welcome back, guys. They still haven't found a pick from Fire in the Hole.
Oh, Rice 1, they're
we
gonna
did
go
now.
back to Mania. That's interesting.
Rise 1, what is this stuff? Oh, it's a...
Okay, it's speed. It's pretty much speed. It's early game speed. Basically, if you kind of like didn't notice, it's basically the pool I wanted to make is all like an early game. I wanted to make it more of like an early game type map pool because I just feel like so how I mapped the pool was like without really knowing, I was kind of like expecting that there at least both teams were able to field like 3 equally competitive teams. So I wanted, because if I had say I wanted to map like more of like a higher SR difficulty, then yeah, I don't think not a lot of people like it. What's interesting was like, or on the sheet, apparently the SR for Hybrid 1 is 5.03, which is absolutely not true. It's it's around 3.5, but even regardless, this map is a speed map, so you're going to see a lot of streams and some jump streams as well. But this map is a good way to introduce like players to speed, as speed is definitely a integral skill set needed if you want to be able to play like some of the higher SR, and this is at 1.1 speed rate, so it is going to go slightly faster, but I feel like even with the BPM being at 244, it's still pretty friendly, or the patterns are still pretty friendly enough for the players to be able to get their hands-on speed for the first time if they are playing it. But I mean, with the lineups they have, I mean, everybody knows what this map is, so I feel like this is going to be yet another act battle, which I think that's what people would want to see, hopefully.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's definitely people who enjoy act battles also. I mean, Mania, definitely the most act battle mod of all time. Like because due to the ratio you need to have on Mania, the unstable, let's say in Taiko words we call it more like the unstable rates, forcing your low UR weights to get the highest act possible, highest ratio count possible in Mania. And I do believe both teams' Mania is actually a lot more closer than other modes. A lot more closer than Taiko for sure. This one though, let's see, that's the speed actually gonna be troubling some plays on this map. Last Mania map, we do see Koki and Pirat having a 1v1 battle. Let's see it's going to be the same case on this map.
Yeah, we can just see, you know, these cut streams start to make a presence here on this map. But so far, it is Fire in the Hole looking pretty strong on this speed pick. Definitely looking to be the right choice for Fire in the Hole, but Yorksylvania, I wouldn't count them out just yet. They are still keeping at a good distance to be able to catch up in case if someone breaks like Ganjika did. So this is going to be interesting. They just need to hold on, but Blue Chain Champa will find a drop.
It seems like it's gonna go back to Fire in the Hole, but Koki does break right before Ganjika as well, and that misses is definitely hurting Fire in the Hole as they have 2 players not on the mass combo. And on the other side, we do have Pirat and Pacifico still holding on the FC, even though the accuracies on Fire in the Hole is slightly better, but the combo count is giving Yorksylvania a bit of a lead, and it's only for that support. Another miss from Koki. It's not looking too well for Fire in the Hole. It's gonna go back.
Yeah, and Shark Cookie finding a big of a chain break, which would give Yorksylvania such a big gap that I feel like they just need one player on Yorksylvania to chain break, which I don't think that's not going to happen. Pacific Girls and Pirate will finish off with the full combos. Pirate will definitely rebound after after not such a great performance on race 4, was able to rebound to get the FC on race 1. And I think Pirate with the was also the second highest score, or the highest score for his team. Rich P2K with almost a V1 double S with only 1/200. But even regardless, the breaks from Shark Cookie and Gajiko was a bit too much, as Rich could do what he could only do, try to put his team in the best position. But in the end, it just backfired with Rice 1, as Yorksylvania will take the break point and giving the next pick in their hands right now to try and extend it to 3-1.
And most likely they're just gonna go for another Tycho pick. I do believe Yorksylvania can just pick any Tycho map outside of Hidden and go for it. I mean, it's literally three digits against one 3-digit, one 4-digit, and one kind of low ranks. So it's kind of, I would say, definitely Tycho is definitely the main rank difference, and definitely the biggest rank difference compared to all modes. So I do believe they will just go for some of the more skill cap maps like No Mod 1, DT1, or 3 Mod 2. There we go. They just gonna go for DT1, and this seems like gonna be another very one-sided pick. It's not a weird map, unlike No Mod 3, No Mod 2, and Hidden 1, and this is just gonna be a straight up consistency-ish DT with a little bit of an offbeat, a little bit of a SV as well to let players handle. Even though Yorksylvania's players are not really known as the high UR, high unstable rate cap players, the Tiger players, but they have the skill cap to do so, and I do believe that's going to be a very nice pick for them. Let's see, can find the whole have their third player this time on a map like this, but this map being very high in terms of patterns, not looking like too well for Find the Hole again.
That's right. We're gonna go back into Tycho double time. Palette. This is going to be, I don't really want to say it, but it's probably looking to be a one-sided win, but it'll be interesting to see which roster Find the Hole will put in.
I mean, Talk is literally, I think, I don't think Ambiscus is good enough for USA Taiko, but I think he's definitely good enough for top 16 Taiko World Cup teams, such as some little bit weaker teams like some from other countries. Like if he was like Malaysian, for example, not saying they're bad at the game, or Canadian, he can probably make it to the team. And then Kakavoli is like a little bit worse than him. So yeah, we do get quite a apparently Newyork and they do have quite a bit of Taiko players, and it's looking like this is going to be another very dominant battle again, as we do have Kuro Chef, Ambiscus, and Kakafoli again, and once again it's trained to Cheese Stick and Bamp, and this one being even harder in terms of patterning. We do see Cheese Stick struggling a lot more compared to DT2, as he's not that familiar with these type of skill sets. Ambiscus is not a very high unstable rate cap player. You do see his accuracy definitely dropping down below to Train 2's level, but apart from that, it's still quite a one-sided battle, as we do have a player from Find the Hole gets like 40%. Unfortunate for them, but I don't think they were expecting to win any Taiko picks. Maybe they can definitely do something in the more slower and weirder picks, but in the speed above 200 BPM, I don't think they can do anything in it, unfortunately for them.
Yeah, it's just going to be interesting. we're getting into the key eyes. Everybody on Yorksylvania and Twin 2 performing very well. All four of them holding up full combos. Cheesesteak trying to do whatever he can to be able to catch up, as well as Beb as well.
Yeah, if the chat is wondering what level around the pool is, I would say the pool is around 3,000 rank. 2,000 to 3,000 rank. Around like IGTS Grand Final 2.
Oh my gosh, that's so hard.
I see the cash map where I was like, okay, they are putting around this level, and then I probably would go for it into Tiger as well, especially someone told me that there's like top players playing. And then apparently all top players are from one country, from one state. I don't know Americans, I'm sorry, I'm Hong Kong, I don't know states a lot. But apparently they are all from two, let's say two states. And we can see all three players from Yorksylvania's team are around 98%. So, damn. Train 2 is definitely the GOAT for holding a full combo. They're trying to go against the 500 rank players on his back.
Yeah, that score gap. I'm sorry, but it's just, oh man, it's so hard to watch.
I mean, before the match, someone asked me what's this Taiko score gap, and then when I see the team, I was like, oh man, yeah, this is not gonna look too well.
Well,
not much you can do.
Well, Cacophony.
Yeah, finally a break from Cacophony. Finally the first player to drop on Yorksylvania, but these guys are just, they are really good at the game. And yeah, 1.076 million on Trio Chef, 1.06 million from M Biscuits, and 1.303 million from Cacophony. One miss from Train 2 trying his best, but Taiko just not their game mode. It's
666 misses coming from them. This is so funny.
Oh my god, the misses are so basically tell the story of the Taiko mod pools.
It is not Fire in the Hole's turn, but since they already picked Mania twice, they have to go with a different mode. And considering how Taiko has went for them, I think they're probably going to avoid Taiko at all costs, as they're going to go into catch.
Yeah, I feel like Taiko, they probably have a little bit of a chance on the 3-star map, but it's still gonna be a hard one on Kyom and Nami in the Mod 2 3-star map. But we'll wait for that later. Best both teams are gonna be forcing to pick other mods as well. It's now both teams have picked the same mode. So Find the Hole must go for Taiko and catch, and looking like Taiko being super one-sided, they're just gonna go for the farm map, illness. I think most people know about this map, if they have played Catch, because this map is known for having 3 900 PPs on the top diff. But instead this time we got a Taiko player mapping for a Katsuki. And usually Taiko Catch Hard Rock, the hardest part is definitely some of the jumps. You can call it quote-unquote memorized jumps, due to the high AR, and then Hard Rock making some of the notes go a little bit more left and a little bit more right. They a little bit more randomized each note's placement, and then sometimes it creates such a gap that it's a little bit unreadable, and it throws off a lot of player in this mode. And this time we gonna see back after we see Yorksylvania team destroy the other team on the Taiko pick. We might see Find the Hole having 3 players on this map instead of Yorksylvania having 3, because Yorksylvania actually has a little bit of a catch roster weakness, especially outside of the Creeper, literally one of the best players in the entire world. they don't have a third player. And usually in multi-mode tournament and catch and tackle especially, the third players are the biggest difference, like the biggest mattering. And look at how Yorksylvania need to find players to play this map. Might be giving a sign that Fire in the Hole can actually take it map.
So another notable fact that should be taken into note is that the Creeper is actually not online.
He is
So they're
asleep.
going to they're going to play without him.
Oh.
Which I think depending on how the outcome would go, I feel like this is something that Yorksylvania, I mean, depending on the outcome of this match, we could see whether or not if Maryland, New Jersey Fire in the Hole team would like switching over to catch rather than staying on Mania, or if Yorksylvania will somehow, in some way, will keep it a somewhat lopsided performance. I do think the Fire in the Hole might want to go back to Mania afterwards.
I think this changed everything. If the Creeper is sleeping, I think now catch for Yorksylvania it's the same as Fire in the Hole's Tycho. I think it's gonna be a super. I don't want to say it that way, but I feel like it's gonna be a super one-sided because now they are forcing their fourth player to play catch, and usually in multi-mode that's not a good news. When we already see Ambiscus missing so many notes in this spinner. Usually, some players will think, oh, spinner doesn't matter scores, but usually spinner in catch actually tells how good a player is in the game. And looking how he started with that spin, I think it's going to be a super one-sided map. As you can see, Ambiscus is having a trouble to catch even more than 30 notes. So yeah, like I said, not having the Creeper here is making Yorksylvania's catch equal to Fire in the Hole's Tycho, and it's gonna be a huge exploit for Fire in the Hole.
That's really interesting. I now, considering how everybody has been performing, I just think really it's just Mania being like the only equal ground here.
It's how usually how multi-mode tournament works is that you see some teams completely get skill cap on one mob pool and then they just so one-sided. Ita being a 3-digit in catch after all. Look at him go, 89% on this map, missing one note so far, one note far from SS. Apart from that, he literally is one man beating 3 players in Yorksylvania's team. Yeah, this is gonna be a big exploit on Fire in the Hole side.
I mean, even regardless, even with either having a lopsided score that could take down the entire team, it could be a 1v3 and he probably win. But Bebin Ganjika's score is still good enough to be able to beat the even the best scorer for Yorksylvania. So even that, that's a really good rebounding performance coming from Fire in the Hole. But now it's Yorksylvania turn, and now since they already picked Tycho twice, they cannot go back to Tycho. They're probably gonna, and considering how catch have went for them, they're probably gonna go back to Mania.
I did not expect this to be the outcome, but okay. I thought Tycho would be the most dominant game mode, but after I heard the Creeper is not here, I think this changed everything. And now we're gonna see Yorksylvania picking a Mania map. I do believe Pog's pool is going to Pog is great. The pool is going to be the deciding factor of this match, and we still have 5 more maps left in the pool.
4. Well, technically 4 because we're.
Oh yeah, 4.
Because the tiebreaker map exists as well.
Makes sense. Yeah. So we still have Feel My Rhythm, Lucid, Ushino Haru Unazuki, and also April Showers. And I do believe Yorksylvania team just gonna pick one of those maps. They are not going to touch the hatch pool at all.
Yeah, definitely. In terms of what I think Yorksylvania will choose, I feel like Rise 2 Yushina Haru Runasuki, it's a jump stream map. I really think this, I don't know if this is something that they would like to touch upon for yet another act battle, considering it has, I just feel like Fire in the Hole is just slightly better on Rice accuracy, but consistency is still iffy on both teams. So if they want to risk it, they could go for Rice 2, or they could go with Feel My Rhythm. Hybrid 2 will be the map. This is your if you don't know what are hybrid maps, it's essentially touches on both Rice and long notes. This map in particular focuses a bit more on the LM patterning. Oh wait.
I would say interesting background at least.
Wait a minute. There seems to be some miscommunication coming from Yorksylvania team. Pacific Girls wanting to go with April Showers instead of Feel My Rhythm.
Okay. Apparently that's going to be a little over debate. I'm not surprised it's going to be the most debated pick, as Mania is the closest between these two teams, like after what we see in the first 5 maps. As Mania is actually a really close battle.
Yeah. So this is something that, like, if this will essentially be able to, this is going to be relied on players who can play long notes, and unless if there are some media players over on each team that are specialized in long notes, that's going to be really interesting to see how well everyone perform nonetheless. And after some miscommunication, yeah, Yorksylvania will stick with Hybrid 2. So maybe it's something that, like, Pacific Girls probably didn't want, but I feel like, well, regardless, they already have finalized their next pick. So they're going to play Hybrid 2 nonetheless.
True, definitely. I mean, I am a player who has completely...
We're starting soon. We need to go back.
I mean, we should be. I mean, I'm a player, I'm a competitor who is completely no knowledge on the Mania scene at all, apart from some special words. So I'm gonna like unique terms. So I'm gonna excited to see how both teams handle on Feel My Rhythm. We still see. I do believe we're gonna be swapping to the map soon. Yep, there we go.
There we go. So basically everybody is back in, so which is going to be interesting.
Yep, same lineup. Blue Jean Trumper, Pirates, Pacific Girls, Ganjika, and Sha Cookie. Fire in the Hole, it's one breakpoint behind, and I would say the only time of finding a breakpoint is definitely situations like the Mania map pool being picked by Yorksylvania. There's an offbeat over there, and it's gonna make Shakoki finds a break. Everyone handles that offbeat, but Shakoki finds a mix after that session's not. Seems like the breakpoint potential is leaping out of their hands.
Yeah. So we're about to head into our first Ki. It's the map so far has been Rice and LMs, but now we're going to see just LM patterns. Ganjika will find a drop on the consistency section right there. But we are going to see like an even tougher part of the Ki right in just about a sec. Let's see. And Pirate and Shark Cookie will find a drop. And yeah, that part was what I'm talking about. It's really just consistency and density being all add up, and Conjuga and Shark Cookie just couldn't really able to hit those patterns pretty much.
Yeah, looking like Ganchika actually having a lot of trouble at this map, which is kind of surprising. He was the second stronghold for Final Hole, but now he is not handling this map too well. Maybe the long looks is Yorksylvania's let's say pocket secret picks, and they can just abuse the rest leftover long lost picks for the Mania map pool, and it's gonna be a very good news for them after they see the result. This is the biggest scoring difference outside of those two modes so far. So looking like Yorksylvania's find the weakness of Find the Host Mania team, and they are gonna be securing the 4th points very soon.
Yeah. This pick might have paid off for Yorksylvania, but with this map, I mean, this is probably definitely one of the more questionable picks that I have chose in terms of making the map pool, but I just really couldn't really think of like other maps around that similar star range that would have that would test out the patternings with as well as having like a balance of long notes and rice notes, especially with given with two hybrids. I went with with hybrids that are more catered to say one skill set or one set of patterns in particular. But right now we are seeing Yorksylvania just looking pretty comfortable. And it's just what they really needed, as they are able to take this one away to be able to take the 4th point to keep it 4-2.
Yeah, this is definitely the hardest Mania pick we see. We do see Ganjika and Shakogi having quite a bit of trouble on this picks. Rich P2K with the very good score once again, 982k on this map, but sadly just not enough for them to take this point. And it's looking like Yorksylvania is gonna have a really good shot of taking this map, especially after seeing the Mania difference on this map. And Lionel seems like the way that they should pick. And finally, how I do believe they're going to pick patch map after seeing how the last map went, and I think they can pick every map in the cash map pool, not even just like Tycho. Like Tycho, I would say Yorksylvania can possibly need to avoid the slow hidden and no mod 2, but the cash map pool, even the slow hidden, seems like Final Hole just has that in the back. The slow hidden, I do believe it's gonna get avoid, though. Hidden 2 being a very hard slow hidden map, despite it being in the beginner tournaments. The map has so weird rhythms and BPM changes that it's just very tough to get the rhythm. So I do believe that's gonna be a void for Final Hole, and they're just gonna pick more diffs, let's say just harder maps in general, or just higher AR maps like Hard Rock 2, DT1 just seems like something that they can go for. And there we go, Wing My Way is the next pick.
Oh, interesting. So yeah, they're gonna go with the double time pick. And assuming if the creeper isn't going to show up for this one, I feel like this is hard. No, I think even regardless, I just think they're I just think I mean, Final Hole has like pretty good second and third players. I would feel like would definitely outmatch Yorksylvania's second and third players. But I mean, it is pretty close. But I feel like the Creeper, if he is here, I feel like this would definitely change the way of how this match could go with DT1.
Maybe on AL8DT. I mean, Hard Rock is usually the most difference in catch. Like, some players just completely cannot play the Hard Rock pool at all, and TT, it's a little, I won't say it's completely similar. Hard Rock has like a very weird weird pattern weird patterning, let's say, but DT, this one being AR7 DT, mostly DT, it's about the weird movements that you got on the weird movements in DT due to when you tap once in double time in catch, it's actually went a little bit further compared to other mods, and we do see very hard patterns. This is not a 3-star map. That's all I can say. A lot of like wiggles patterns, and this is another very skill cappy map. Once again, you already see Itsus completely destroying this map and destroying the other team. Ganjika shows a little bit of a weakness on this pick, but still, it's not gonna matter.
Yeah, what can I say? It's we're getting into the Ki right now. We're just seeing a lot of like these jumps. As Neither is just looking pretty comfortable. And oh yeah, this is a cut version. I was thinking this was going to be like a full song, but no, I was like, this is like TV size map.
Yeah, after DT it becomes series size. This one, at least if the Creeper is here, I do believe Yorksylvania will have a chance. But with him not being here and forcing Ambiscus to play, I think this is completely doomed. Look at those patterns. I don't expect Yorksylvania team could handle some of those patterns at all. And even Troubles, Ganji got quite a bit on this pick. This is definitely very hard map of the cash pool. No one gets an A, and Yita, they are just only having 2 misses, 99.57 on this pick. A very good performance from him, and he's gonna help the team to take the 3rd point. But once again, the Fire in the Hole needs a miss pick from Yorksylvania, and Yorksylvania still has. They still have the Tycho picks. They still have, let's say, 2 quite benefit Tycho picks for them, and it's enough for them to get into the match point even. They still have, they can definitely pick something like a normal one. A little bit slower though, and 1/6 pattern heavy, but I don't think any player from Fire in the Hole could handle some of those patterns. They just gonna need to avoid, they just need to avoid DT. They just need to avoid Hidden 1 and the No More 2 maps from Fire in the Hole, from the Tycho pool. So they're just gonna pick No More 1 and DT and 3 More 1. Wait, they pick Hidden 1!
They're good. Yeah, Randy just clarified. Oh, because of the triple pick, you're now allowed to double pick Tycho again. So that just gives Yorksylvania like, alrighty, we're going to start where we left off again. So hidden 1, we're going back to Tycho. This is what I'm going to expect from Yorksylvania for the next 2 maps now for sure.
Yeah, slow hidden, Cool Chefkin and Biscuits can definitely play this pick. Not too sure about Cacophony though. This is definitely not his skill set at all. But again, I don't think he will do. I don't think he will lose to. I don't think Bam would be able to just beat him, despite this map being only like 4-star and not a skill set that Cacophony can play. He can probably still play some of those patterns, and the other 2 player like Ambiscus, it's Ambiscus is just so good at these type of like maps. I won't say it's as dominant as the last 2 Tycho maps, but yeah, it's gonna be quite one-sided again.
Yeah, I mean...
And yeah, that's why I picked a TV size map, because the suffer can end quicker.
Yeah, okay, we're looking at the rosters again. Yeah, basically everybody that we have seen so far has all come in for every map, for the retrospective lineups when it comes to Taiko Catchamania. And I mean, like you mentioned, maybe the skill set is not something in Cacophony's forte, but I don't think they were really expecting him to. They didn't pick the map to expect him to try to compete with Twin 2, especially if they already have 2 players being able to play this map. I feel like that is just what they really need.
Yeah, we do see Cheese Stick is actually beating out Cacofoli in this map, but Biscuit's assessing, so... Alright, not anymore. That's the harder pattern comes in and bites Cheese Stick scores. We still need to see Twin 2 score. We're gonna have a panic, and that's gonna basically mean half the map pass. He's getting a 95% on this one, which is actually really good on the slow hit and pick. As we do see even some 500 ranked players like Cacofoli is not having a fun time on this pick at all, but we do have Biscuits, who is slow hitter is definitely one of his main skill set, and 99.66% on this. A really good play from him, and one more final chorus to seal the deal for Yorksylvania. At least it's not as dominant as the other 2 Taiko picks, but yeah, still not many chance for Final Hole to pick this.
Yeah, it's just not going to be. I mean, it's just what it is, and Yorksylvania, Trollchef, and Biscuit just looking really, really, really comfortable as they are going to take their 5th point. And yeah, with how everything has went so far, now, for Fire in a Hole, they cannot afford to lose the last 3 Mania maps. So definitely for sure we are going to see, or assuming if Fire in the Hole can win the rest of their maps, they're going to exhaust out all of the Mania maps.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, even though they cannot pick and catch anymore, I do believe Wise 2, it's gonna be up more in Find the Host Mania team favor. But I'm gonna say from the last pick though, a little bit off topic, a really good score from Biscuits on the last map. I do believe he can definitely beat some Taiko World Cup players on that last map. It was such a crazy performance, 6-100 on that map, as good as a showcase. Really well played there from Biscuits, but now they need to deal with the Marmalade Butcher's pick, map by Shoegazer, a very known Mania mapper. Pock, can you give us a little bit more detail of this banger of a song map?
Yes, of course. So this is your jump stream map. So yeah, it's a jump stream map. This is definitely different from Rice 1, where there are streams, but it's more so but it's just like really densed up to the point where it's just like, that's what we would call it as like speed. This one, there's not really that much or very little to none densed up streams, so it's just going to be based on jump streams. It's especially a long map as well. This is one of the few maps that we have that has passed the 2 minutes and 30 seconds map. So this is also going to test out on stamina as well. This is like early game stamina with the map that I went. This is made by Shoegazer, who is a very, very popular Rice mapper in particular, having made so many Rice maps that are loved, and a lot of players have played a lot of his maps as well. This map, even though this was used in MCL, this difficulty wasn't really used though. So the difference with this difficulty and the one that was used in the MCL Summer 2022 is that this map in particular has a bit more of like cut jump streams. So definitely going to be focusing on that pattern in particular. But still, even regardless, there's just going to be a good chunk of jump streams throughout the map that players are gonna have to get through. And I just feel like it's just a bit more friendlier towards like towards the beginners. It's going to be yet another act battle again. So, and this is something that, the Maryland, New Jersey team might actually would want to have, considering with how lopsided Taiko and catches him, but since they cannot pick catch anymore, I mean, it just like changes the way of now how they have to approach Mania now.
Yep. Looking at this map, the sun looks very dense. But having less load-ups, I think it definitely benefits Tai in the hole a little bit more. Look at Ganjika's accuracy on this map. Definitely they're matching out Blue Chin Chopper so far on this map, and it's once again super closely from both sides, and both teams definitely don't want any breaks. And I would say this is definitely one of the few maps left that could go either way. And Fire in the Hole, if they want to stay in the match, they 100% need to secure this pick.
Yep, definitely. Fire in the Hole is holding such a small lead, but I mean, it's going to be pretty close. The score gap is just flickering right now. It's literally anyone's game. It could, if everybody just full combos, it could really just comes down to whoever is just a bit better on ratio right now. But I did see Ganjika dropping a 200, and that will change the lead over to Yorksylvania, but barely though, holding just barely a 1,000-point lead.
Yeah, we do see Shy Cookie also, admittedly, also drop a 200 on that session as well. Gonna give up 2,000 lead to Yorksylvania's. For now, it's still anyone's game. Actually, 1,500 lead. This is super close. But Fire in the Hole definitely wishes Yorksylvania to miss in this session. This upcoming session, no one's gonna miss on this part.
Yeah, this is the rest section where they can get themselves ready for the final Ki. It's not really too tricky, or there's not really a diff spike. It's just consistency, pretty much. Or now we're going to see a bit of like slow jack, but I mean, I'm a bit worried about the Fire in the Hole team. They like Ganjika and Shark Cookie. I just saw them dropping 200s on the rest section, which is not what you want. And oh no, it's just a Shark Cookie dropping another 200 is just what Yorksylvania really needed.
It's into the last part. No misses from both teams. It might be the deciding factor on the Mania maps. This one, we are not seeing any misses. Into the last part, 1/10 of the map left to Yorksylvania. Hold on, a miss from Between 2K, the main player from Fire in the Hole. That's going to be sealing the deal, and Yorksylvania gonna be taking a break point on the Mania Rise map, and this could not be they could not have afford this pick.
Oh my gosh, and you can just see the ratios from Pyra, Blue Chinchompa, and Pacific Girls. Each Blue Chinchompa and Pyrat having just 100, and Pacific Girls with a 200. That could have been a double S on a score V1 double S. And same can be said for Rich P2K. Was holding a double S as well up until the breaks at the end. That you cannot get any more unluckier than that.
Oh no, that's unlucky for Fire in the Hole. And Yorksylvania could just end it with a Taiko pick. And now Ganjika just asked, what if you don't pick Taiko?
Oh man. I mean, they could end it off with a Longno map, considering that considering they like their chances on how Hybrid 2 have went. Yeah, they could do LN1.
They want to delay it. I mean, makes sense. I mean, it's just a for fun match after all, rather than like a super try hard. They have 2 picks. They could have delayed the LN.
I thought it counts for something, though.
That's it.
Yeah, it counts towards points, but like.
Oh yeah, it counts for
I
points,
think even if they lose this pick and the next pick, they can just pick Taiko and lock in the win.
Yeah, or I feel like even regardless, theoretically speaking, there is no way we're gonna go into tiebreaker with how with how.
Wait, okay, what do you mean? Okay, maybe Final Hole will suddenly have a super Taiko player you don't expect. Okay, and then he just pops up in one of the maps and then beats out Yorksylvania.
You cannot you cannot convince me that Fire in the Hole will suddenly have a Taiko player that is just lurking in the shadows to be able to kick Yorksylvania. That's like the same logic with Yorksylvania all of a sudden having the creeper waking up to be able to play catch. Oh, LN
my
one
God.
is going to be up next. I think they would. I think yeah. Even regardless, I could definitely see them as like a troll move because they could literally just end up with LM1, and that's not going to make Maryland, New Jersey happy with how that went. Because you're definitely Yorksylvania definitely basically have the match in control, no matter what's the final outcome.
True. I mean, they could have some fun on the let's say April or on the LN picks before the actual let's say actual Taiko Doom that find the hole. But looking like the last pick, even the law note seems like it benefits Yorksylvania's team. We do see a team switch finally on a mod. Cheese Stick is gonna be joining in for Ganjika in this pick. So
yeah.
we do see Ganjika not having a fun time in the hybrid Red Velvet map. So Cheese Stick is gonna be here for the LN instead. I do believe this is a last swap for them. Let's see how would he work on this pick.
Yeah, LM1, this is April Showers. It's a really popular early game tournament map. This is probably for what most players would view it as like the easiest long node map. It's really just based on consistency, but not as like dense as what you just saw on Rice 2. I mean, there's some bit of Rice at the start, and Blue Chinchampa, I believe, just having a unusual break, and a bit more coming from Yorksylvania. Definitely not the ideal start for what they would want, but I think Blue Chinchampa could definitely rebound though. But the question will be on Cheesesteak, however.
As a non-mania player, the person who has completely no knowledge of mania at all, what's the difference between skill set compared to this map and hybrid 2? As both of them seems like a long notes heavy, but what is the difference
Yeah,
between
basically, especially with LN2, you're seeing a lot more rice patterns or those single notes that are a bit more displayed in hybrid maps. But this one, however, is just throughout, especially when it comes to like long node maps, you're going to see a lot of patterns that are going to tend on your LN skill set. So if you struggle on like Blue Chinchapa, if you're just struggling with this long nodes, it's just going to be really tough to be able to hit like consistency or really just coordination on these long nodes. And as Fire in the Hall is looking really comfortable with this long node 1, it might just make them question, or I don't know who banned LN2, but I feel like if Fire in the Hall did ban LN2, I feel like they probably would be questioning themselves, was this the right ban that we would have wanted?
True. I would say bans are definitely the most important. Bans and strategy are definitely the most important thing in multi-boats tournament, and that's going to be a breakpoint. Actually, I have no idea what happened in the last pick to Blue Chin Chombo. Seems like he did not have a fun time on that one. Everyone outside of Pacifica finds the misses on that map, but I do believe that 50 is also counted towards as a misses in Mania, so no one FCs the map. But top score is going to be Rich P2K barely holding on a 967 score, and Pacific Ghost is right behind him, and Fire in the Hole is gonna leave one map longer. Okay, Blue Cheat Chopper just said it. He trolled on purpose. They are really controlling. Okay. Now Fire in the Hole is gonna next pick.
Yeah, but it's only well, it's I think it's just only no, all of the rice maps are already been taken no matter what. It's really just, I believe, Hybrid 1 that is left standing right now, actually. So, even no matter... Oh, no, they're gonna go... Oh yeah, I forgot Catch exists. Okay, yeah, they're gonna go with Catch, and Yorksylvania is gonna go with Tycho. The script's already set up for guys.
Any catches, Foul 0108 standard mapper, you'll be like, wait, why is the standard mapper mapping Catch, like Tycho mapper mapping Catch? This one's actually a comfort again. We are back to comfort Hard Rock 2. Usually Catch has 1 comfort per mod pool, and this is going to be the one. And Foul 0108's comfort are usually quite unique, and after adding on Hard Rock, I think this is super one-sided map, like even more one-sided than DT1 just saw on the last pick. Hard Rock, like usual, having a lot of patterns, a lot of Hard Rock comfort patterns that players need to play the map a few times beforehand. Remember which side you need to go, and if you have never played before, yeah, it's not gonna work out, not gonna look too good for you, and we're gonna be instantly starting on Chocolate. Once again, we see Ambiscus back. The Creeper is not woken up just yet, so... Good luck to Yorksylvania team. Let's see how they handle this pick.
Yeah.
Alrighty, a Hard Rock pattern instantly caught up the entire Yorksylvania's team. And another Hard Rock pattern, they're gonna be catching the entire Yorksylvania's team. And no one is holding any combo. It's how Hard Rock comfort works. This is an extremely rough pick. Another Hard Rock pattern is gonna be forcing the entire bot to miss.
Oh my gosh, yeah. This
is actually very brutal pick. Holy. Yeah, I mean, we see once we see the first 30 seconds, I think we have an idea who is gonna be taking this map. As Yorksylvania is missing one of the best players, most important players in Catch, and with Hard Rock mod on, I don't think any Yorksylvania players, Catch players even plays a mod usually. You can see they are completely not used to the Hard Rock movement, and Blue Cheat Chomper just decided to just go left and right. Alright, I guess even Eater of rank 200 is having a little bit of a struggle on this pick, but he is still beating half. He's still scoring half of the points of Yorksylvania's team.
Yeah, I mean, oh wait, did Blue Cheat Chopper just?
He's gone. He's gone. He went to the toilet. Oh my god, these jumps. That's going to be it. When we even see Yeeters only getting 700k on this pick, and this sets how rough this pick is. With the ending, he's not even gonna score a 700k. This is such an extremely difficult pick. 15 misses from him, and Bam actually getting an A on this pick. So props to him. Getting an A on this pick is definitely quite rough. Very close from Ganjika, but all 3 players in Yorksylvania team got a D on this pack. They do not have any chance of this pick. But now they're gonna be responding with the Tycho pick. And they are actually being kind and generous and go for Nomatsu.
Yeah, that's going to be Nomatsu Tycho. Oh man, this is going. Yep, this is going to be fun to watch.
I mean, okay, they choose the most kind and generous map in the entire Taiko pool, let's say. Like, at least I think if G-Stick practice a lot on this pick, I think he can definitely handle the map. And it's not like flat out speed that you just completely own the other team. I do believe this is a lot more nicer pick compared to, let's say, nicer as to your opponents compared to picks like no mod one, and let's say free mod one.
Yeah, so it's not no mod 2. We're going to see everybody back in. Oh.
Catch. The catch mappers is the catch pooler are Escafe. I would say Escafe, Mashimo Mama, and I do believe those are definitely the two main catch poolers as far as I know. Or Mashimo Machine his name is Scorum. So yeah, I do believe those are the two biggest catch poolers we have. We're gonna be on to No Mod 2. Hopefully it's not as one-sided. But this map requires quite a bit of reading as well and tech gameplay. You can see this part is a lot more kind and generous compared to every other Taiko map so far. It requires a lot of maintain, and we do see Ganjika actually replacing Bamp for this map, and he's doing decent on this pick. Still with a FC, even though his accuracy is not that high, but so does some of the players from Yorksylvania, like Kako Foley, only having 95% on this pick, and that's before the slow and hard part.
Oh yeah, but Fire in the Hole doesn't have a really big gap compared to like the first couple of Taiko maps we've seen, so maybe maybe for just a bit of a false second, maybe they have a chance to be able to come back. But now we're getting into the Kiai. Ganjika will find a drop, and yeah, I think it's
so does Kako Foley, so there's a little bit of a hope from Fire in the Hole. 3-2 is actually beating out Kako Foley by quite a bit on this pick. Once again, I would say this is definitely more of a practice map. You can see Shisik once again is actually closing gap to Kako Foley on this pick. Some of the reading requirements, but once again, the third player from Fire in the Hole just unable to catch up to some of the top players from Yorksylvania, and a really good score from Kuro Chef and Ambiscus could be closing out the map.
Yeah, I mean, we're just about a quarter of the map left to go. Yorksylvania, New York and Pennsylvania is looking pretty comfortable to the point where they could just all the players from Yorksylvania non-standard roster, they can just relax knowing that, well, even regardless, no matter the outcome, they were going to pick a Taiko map. They were just basically delaying the inevitable to be able to take this one away. And after everything's all said and done, this non-standard show match is now officially over. Yorksylvania will take this one as they will defeat Fire in the Hole 7-5. Great performances from everyone all around. Definitely a nice improvement from Fire in the Hole, especially. Definitely keeping the score gap a lot more closer than before. So definitely a very well performances nonetheless. Everybody was able to display their skills to everyone in the tournament that's really more tailor-lined into standard. So that's going to be yeah, even nonetheless, it's very fun to be able to see, the secondary modes gain like their own exposure to this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, at least No More 2 Fire in the Hole. At least they were in the map, okay? They were in the game for the first 1 minute. Essex, I would say definitely a little bit more expected, and also I would say Yorksylvania was a little bit more kind to pick this map instead of the other remaining type of maps instead of like no more one. So they're gonna be close out the game on the 7-5. I don't think we're gonna see a tiebreaking showcase. I mean, I would want to see a Mania one if we do see one, but we won't. So it's going to be. I do believe that's going to be all from us. It has been a very fun match. GG well played to both of these teams, but Yorksylvania or New York and what's the other? Pennsylvania. Okay, thank you. I'm not American. I don't know the states.
No worries.
It's gonna be taking the match. Even with the Creeper did not win